Hello and welcome to yet another video review in our channel, in the series of reviews which we are doing. This time about the Pulsar FXQ38. It is a member of the Pulsar core devices, that means thermal clip-on devices, and it was really a highly anticipated product in 2017. They first showed this product to the public at SHOT Show in Las Vegas, then later at EVA, and now officially the sales has started. It is a successor of the previous core thermal imaging scopes and front attachments, which were not really sold at all the markets, but now they introduced this device with a new sensor with even smaller pixels and with even better rendering of details. As you can see, the device is really small and compact. It weighs only 400 grams, and you can use it either as a scope, as a monocular, like this, or you can connect it to a daytime scope. Most of the people to the rifle scopes. These devices are especially interesting for those European countries where clip-on devices are allowed, while the thermal rifle scopes, standalone thermal rifle scopes, are not. This device comes with a 38mm objective lens, so it's a smaller compared to the 50mm version, this one, which is FXQ50. The difference in the lens, it's the only difference between these two devices, between the FXQ50 and the FXQ38, and normally the field of view is much bigger on this one with a 38mm lens. It is about 10 meters per 100 meters, while the 50mm model gives you a field of view of 7.5 meters. As you can see, the device has a really nice focusing ring in the front where you focus the target, and then it has a it has a really easy diopter setting on the eyepiece where you can set the clearness, how clear you see the display. The whole device is quite well made. You can feel the quality. It is also waterproof by the IPX7 standard, so no rain or anything else will ever pose a problem. And it also works all the way to -25 or +50. It is powered by two batteries which go inside here, the normal CR123A batteries, which you can buy them almost anywhere. This is also a nice feature. You have a small string which helps you not to lose the cover for the battery compartment. A small detail, but really important one. The device is made in Lithuania by Pulsar, because Pulsar just recently set up a whole production facility and service facility in Lithuania. The device comes with a nice manual in a couple of different languages, where everything, how to use this device, is explained and all other details are given, and it comes with a 3 years warranty. However, the service will be provided for much longer time than only 3 years. So if you ever buy such a device, if you manage to damage it in any kind of way, you can still send it to service and they will fix it in any way they can. If I speak a little bit about the optical performance, it is similar to other thermal scopes. For someone who is using a night vision devices as standard now, it will be quite a big shock when such a person tries the thermal for the first time, because the detection range of this device with a 38mm lens is 1400 meters, and this is something really astonishing. The sensor inside has a pixel count of 384 by 288, and the individual pixel size is 17 micrometers or microns, so it's really small, and this enables you to see a lot of details And even for the, when you are looking at an animal and you know the horns are usually not that warm because there is no blood in them, you can still quite clearly see the details of the horns, let's say at 100 meters or 80 meters without a problem. And this is something what really changed with thermals, because the old thermal monoculars or any thermal imaging devices with bigger pixel size in the sensors were not able to do so. So a couple of years ago, if you were using thermals, well, the game changed dramatically. It has a display on this side of 640 by 480, which gives you the possibility to use daytime optics all the way up to magnification, let's say 6 or maybe even 7. So it's more than good enough for normal hunting. The display is green, but you can choose either that the warm objects are bright or that they are dark. This is something what you are able to choose. It doesn't have as many color palettes like the Helions or the Quantums, so it's more basic, more simple device. As you can see here on top of the housing, you have 4 different buttons so that you can choose different menu options. With left and right, if you don't push any other button, then you can adjust the brightness and the contrast. If you hold the left button for 2 seconds, you can choose the mode, the color palette, either black hot or white hot. If you hold the right button for 2 seconds, you get 2x digital magnification. As a monocular, you have a 3.1 magnification, then with the digital 2x you get 6.2 magnification. When you remove the eyepiece and you use it as a clip-on, then it has a 1x magnification. To use it on a daytime scope, you get this adapter on the side, which you put on like this, like this, and then with their standard DN adapter or any aftermarket like Rusan makes them, you can connect this to your daytime scope. This bayonet is of the same type like on their digital forward adapters, which they previously produced, like on DFA 75 or DN 55. So it's quite a well-known approach. There is an option also that you buy this device which has this part fixed, so it's a little bit easier to use it, one step less when you're connecting it to the daytime scope. With the same 38mm lens, it's called Pulsar Core FXQ38, and with the 35 then you can use the normal monocular, well, the eyepiece attachment like on the DFA 75 or DN 55, like on their digital clip-ons. I will show you in a second how such a device looks like. Like this. This is the FXQ35, which has this part fixed on the body. You're not able to remove it like here. It's not a big thing, it's just a matter of preferences. Like this. Like this, and then you can use it as a monocular. If I say something about the menu options, the menus are vertically displayed in the display. They're very similar to those, if any one of you is using either Quantum or Helions, the menus are very, very simple and very similar to those devices. So with a 2-second push on the menu button here, you enter the vertical menu, then you can go up and down with the left and right buttons. This is a little bit counterintuitive, but it works. It's not so hard to understand. Then you have the option of horizontal alignment. That means that line is displayed in the display, so that you know how to turn the scope so that it's horizontally aligned with your daytime scope. The next menu option is calibration. You can use either manual, either automatic or semi-automatic calibration. That means that every 30 seconds or something like that, the sensor is recalibrated so that you have the optimal performance. And that means that the image freezes for roughly 1 second. The calibration is silent, so there is almost no noise. If you are, let's say, 2 meters to 3 meters away from the device, you will not hear it. If you're really, really close, you can hear a really gentle sound, but it's almost silent. Then the next menu option is you can choose the time, and you can also choose the mode if you're in the populated areas where there is more warm objects, or if you're in the nature where there is less warm objects. And you have the identification mode, which is especially helpful if you're screening or scanning the surroundings and you want to see the warm objects or animals faster and easier just to detect them. If you talk about the detection range is around 1400 meters, which is quite a lot, and you have approximately 10 meters of field of view. What you also get in the menus, you get the pixel repair. So that means the last option in the menu is that you're able to find, if in time, let's say if you use this device for 7-8 years and it happens that one single pixel dies, you're able to repair it. You just go to this menu options and you choose which pixel is that, and then it will repair it. With a longer press of left button, menu button, you're able to enter one additional submenu, which offers you the possibility to zero the device. That means the first time when you put it on your daytime scope, you go to range and you check if the point of impact for the bullets, if it's changed. Then you can correct this shift of point of impact the same way like on their previous digital forward attachments. It's really easy. We have a separate video about this, and basically you show the device where your reticle is, and then you could show in the next step where your point of impact is after shooting. So it's really, really easy. If I do a short summary, what I really like about this device, I like the size. It's really compact. I like that it is so light, because if you compare the performance of this device to conventional night vision clip-ons, the performance is just astonishing, while the device is still only 400 grams, I would say light, not heavy. I like the build quality. The build quality is superb, and I like that it is waterproofed with an IPX7 standard, so no rain is a problem for it. I also like the battery life. This is something what is really strange to say for a thermal device, because thermal scopes usually drain the batteries really fast, but not with Core. I have to say that we tested extensively, and there in the manual you can find the information that their operating time on this CR123A batteries, like this, that the operating time is around 4 hours, and I would say this is quite true. I didn't test it in extreme low temperatures because the winter is already over, but let's say at 15 degrees Celsius it was no problem. It worked for a really long time. It does also offers external power supply, so if 4 hours it's not enough, you can just connect it to an external battery and it will work even longer. Where is still room for improvement? I would say an external indicator if the device is turned on or off would be nice, because it has an approximately 4 seconds cold start. So you push the on-off button, and then you wait for 4 seconds and you have to look inside on the display to be sure if it's turned off, on or not. I also think that if the menu buttons would be placed in a different position, so that you wouldn't go, now you have buttons left and right and you go up and down in the vertical menu. It would be much more intuitive if this would be here and here, so that you know if you go up and down, but it's not a big thing. I also would like more if this eyepiece would have a metal ring to go on a metal bayonet. Also not a big thing. It will never go wrong, but you know how it is. The build quality can be better in so many different areas. All in all, I still say that this is almost a must-have device, and I also have to say that the performance-wise, the difference between the FXQ38 and the FXQ50 is not all that big. So I would say that the trade-off, it's paid off with a more compact size. So I would say the 38 model is still very interesting and quite compatible with the 50mm model. So thank you for watching. If you have any additional questions, feel free to send us an email or use comments on this YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our channel and visit our webpage. Thank you.